Okay, it's 5:31, December 18th. We're here for a public hearing for general assistance. We're now going to turn the meeting over to Michelle.
Okay, so I'm the general administrator of the general assistance program that Sangerville deals with. And every year we're required to get the townspeople's input if they have any questions concerning the ordinance. Why do we have to have this? The state sets the different rates that people are allowed to have depending on the county that we live in. And this is just the general rules that govern the general assistance, things that I have to go by. And then we submit the reports to the state, and the state reimburses us 70%. But we have to have a public hearing so the public, if they have any questions, they can look at the ordinance and ask questions. And that's basically, it's just a formality that once the public hearing is over, the board can sign the ordinance and it will be done every year. It's just the rules that we have to go by.
And the purpose of everybody being here for this meeting is if there were people in the town that had questions, this would be their chance to interact with you.
And the ordinance itself is over 109 pages long, but if they want to look at them, it breaks it down. If they have a question, there's certain things that we can allow, certain things we can't. The basic needs for people who are struggling is what the general assistance is covered. So no pets, no cell phones, no tobacco, no alcohol, those things. If those, it's where your money is being spent, then that goes against you. I'm going to lessen what I'm going to give you if you qualify, if you're spending money on that.
Mm-hmm.
So basic needs, food, oil, electric, water, sewer, that type of stuff is what we're allowed to spend money on.
So if somebody needs general assistance or feels that they do, the process would be to come to the town office, set up a time to meet with you.
Yep.
Because you coordinate that program in its entirety, right?
Yep.
Just you.
So if there's, well, and I mean, I can train Kelsey, that if I'm gone, somebody still needs to be able to help, because if they're in a situation where the power's going to be shut off, we can't, especially this time of year, we can't let that happen.
Right.
But I believe now that the state of Maine does not allow the electric companies to shut you off during the winter months, which they never used to be able to do that. You can't do that now.
Mm-hmm.
But water, sewer, you know, if you've got a house full of 5 people and you're running out of fuel, you need to have, and you're almost out, and it's a Friday afternoon, we need to fix this before you run out on Saturday. So luckily for us, I have a total of 13 cases, but I only actually have 2 right now that are active cases that have come in, and they're in a situation that, yeah, they're not meeting their basic needs.
Mm-hmm.
So
Actually, that's fairly good news if we've really got 2 active cases in a county that's this poor.
yep, so
That means we sustain ourselves pretty well.
well, and these people, you know, circumstances have happened, they're in the process of trying to maybe get disability, or they're trying to get into low-income housing because the wait list is so long they just can't get there yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's those types of situations, they're trying to help themselves, they just can't get that next step.
So this going on every month, they apply every month?
Yeah, you file every month, yep. So in the States, you know, usually pretty good about getting the reimbursement right back to us. Kelsey has been learning how to put, just
I'll let you do it.
she's learning how to do the reports for me, so it's a double check for each one of us, so.
So when someone is looking for general assistance, you just solely make that decision
Oh, no.
based on guidelines, or is that brought
No,
forward?
I called to Augusta And I
Correct.
charge every case, every month. They have to file every month. They can't just file once and expect to get it every month from them. You have to come in every single month. We look backwards and see what you spent your money on. We look forward and see what you're getting for income, whether it is child support, if it's, you know, it's food stamps, all of that stuff counts.
So basically, there's a caseworker in Augusta that's assigned to do this.
There's an office that we call in, and I talk to them, and they tell me, no, well, they broke the rules and they're sanctioned, so they don't get any assistance for 120 days.
Gotcha.
So if they can see stuff that I can't see, and maybe aren't told about. So Augusta can tell me things, and they'll walk me through the process. And I can ask questions. And I can ask questions anytime. They're really, really good.
So I'm gonna assume we probably should wait till 6 o'clock, where there's nobody here to have discussion over it. Do we end the meeting?
We can, certainly. Yeah, there's no time limit on the public hearing. We just have to advertise and hold them.
Yep. And I would say by letter of the law, we've done that.
We have.
I would make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Meeting adjourned.